Hello, everyone.
大家好。
Welcome to the first episode of Study in the U.S.A. This program is provided by the AIEF Education Foundation. 大家好，我是爱华，很高兴能在留学美国节目中和大家见面。
大家好，我是郑毅，欢迎收看系列专题片留学美国节目。本节目是由美国教育基金会提供制作的。
那么在接下来的20集节目中呢，我们将为大家逐步介绍留学美国的有关问题，希望能给大家带来帮助。
在接下来的20期节目中，将为大家逐步介绍留学美国的有关问题，希望能给大家带来帮助。留学美国节目内容分为4大类型，细分为20个主题。第一部分是对美国教育的认识，包括了第2集的认识美国教育，第3集为什么留学美国，第5集常春藤盟校，第6集美国学校排名和第20集美国专业培训课程。
美国是世界第1大的留学生首选的国家，目前有近60万名留学生在美国就读。究竟美国教育的特色在哪里？它为什么这么吸引国际留学生前来？在这一部分，我们将会为你介绍美国教育制度的特色，并带你认识美国的教育。
现在就让我们欣赏一下留学美国系列第1部分的精彩的片段。我们采访了美国国际教育协会公共政策副执行长。
The country that future leaders of the world have wanted to come to for their higher education. And when they come here, they achieve an understanding of this country and they establish networks with friends and professional associates in this country that stay with them for their entire lives.
我们也请来了美国大学语言专家以及几位美国的留学生来谈有关美国的国际教育政策、留学美国的好处以及他们留学美国的经验。
American education is the best education that somebody can get because it's so varied and there's so many students from all over the world and teachers from all over the world that really.
我觉得美国的教育体制和中国的教育体制非常的不同。在美国，人们更注重于如何的去做事情，而且更注重于个人能力的培养。
觉得他这个教育就是比较系统化了，比较强调自主。
常春藤盟校的名望为古今中外学者所向往。 我们特别带你走进常春藤盟校的校园中，领略它的风采。
常春藤盟校在学生的心目中已经成了美国名校的代名词，因此呢，有人误以为它泛指美国有名的大学。其实呢，正式的常春藤盟校只有8所大学，这些也是美国历史最悠久、最负盛名的8所高等学府。 其浓厚的学术氛围吸引了来自世界各地的优秀学子。
在常春藤盟校一集中，逐一介绍了常春藤盟校的历史和特色。现在，让我们来听一听普林斯顿和哥伦比亚大学等常春藤盟校的教授以及学生的介绍。
But once students get here and get settled, I think that they do find their academic program very challenging and rewarding. And we have a wonderful group of Chinese students here who will help new students get settled and make friends.
One obvious benefit to studying at an Ivy League university, and that is when you're done, the opportunities and the pay is often better, so that is one clear advantage.
If you can come to Princeton for your undergrad education, it's absolutely worth it.
Here at Teachers College, we have over 100 programs being offered in 9 academic departments, so there are different backgrounds for each program and department that are recruiting students.
We hold a 2-day orientation program for incoming international graduate students where we introduce them to academic issues in the U.S. We introduce a program on health care in the U.S. and we also try to bring people from the community in so they have some exposure to other things off of campus, such as driver's licenses, public safety issues.
在普林斯顿学习，给了我一个非常宝贵的经历。
we have extensive program to help them to foreign students who would like to have some kind of relationship with people outside of the U.S.
大学排名一直是为家长和学生们所热衷的。美国大学排名五花八门，你是不是很想知道到底应该如何去看待这些不同的排名，又如何善用排名呢？对于排名关心的人，这期节目非看不可。
院校排名提供的信息可以帮助学生选择自己将要就读的学校，但排名只能作为选择高校的起点，不要仅仅根据某所学校的某个排名而做出选择。
除了精彩内容，我们还访问了加州理工学院的国际学生办公室副主任以及哥伦比亚大学的学生，请他们谈一谈对排名的看法。
Well, I think it's very important for students to understand that academic institutions in the U.S., that you should recognize that the environment and the communities that are formed at each college is going to be different. There are a number of colleges that have solid academic programs, and I think that if you're only looking at which program is the absolute best, you might be missing out on a lot of the other important aspects of college life here in the U.S.
选择一个排名多高的学校并不是那么重要，但是如果能选择一个很好的地点去学习，我觉得是更重要的。
这里有一流的教育品质，先进的教育理念，周到的教学服务，良好的教学氛围。留学美国，带您走进美国大学校园。留学美国专题系列片的第二部分是如何申请美国大学，包括了第4集如何选择学校，第9集如何申请美国大学本科，第10集社区学院和语言学校，第11集如何申请美国大学研究生院，和第12集奖学金介绍。如何申请学校是每个准备留学的学生最关心的事情。在这个部分里面，我们会一步一步地告诉你如何选择学校，以及申请大学和研究生院的步骤。
The major part of the student's curriculum is finished by the junior year. I think it is wise to take the GRE in the junior year. One must always remember, though, that there has to be enough time for the scores to get to the admissions committees so that the student can be admitted in the time in which he or she wishes to attend graduate school.
I think it's important for students to begin with an inventory of their own priorities. What are your interests, your academic interests, your extracurricular interests? In what ways do you learn most effectively? Is size of an institution important to you? What are some of the areas you wish to pursue?
My advice to a student who's hoping to attend an American university is to study as much as they can about that university. Talk to someone from that university. Email someone from that university.
Some of the advantages, probably one of the first off, would be it's smaller, the classrooms are smaller size. Those would be primarily two of the big, probably the two biggest benefits of a community college studying.
We offer 5 terms every year. Students will get the result very quickly the following week in order to know whether or not they are ready to enter the university.
美国高等教育的素质是众所皆知的，教育费用也相当的高，并不是所有的人都能负担得起。如果能取得奖学金呢，就能减轻许多的负担。
奖学金是每个人申请学校最关心的主题。我们特别请到大学入学部代表来谈谈美国大学奖学金的种类和申请方法。
Undergraduate freshman scholarship, even though it's not a full scholarship, but will be a partial scholarship. So students, we have good academic qualifications. We will give them $2,500 for 4 years. You can renew up to 4 years, so a total of $10,000 for the undergraduate freshman student. Students who want to get a scholarship, especially in the graduate level, you just have to score very high in your TOEFL, your GRE score, and then you also need a very good letter of recommendation letter from your professor, and you have to apply earlier.
We have academically oriented opportunities for our graduate students. They may be awarded a research assistantship where they can actually do research in their field of study. Many of these opportunities are related to significant research grants, which our faculty have been able to find. We have teaching opportunities for our graduate students. So in return for the opportunity to do research with a prominent faculty member or to teach in one of the undergraduate courses, our graduate assistant.
And you receive a GMAT score of 600, at least 600, we will offer you a 30% scholarship. Above 750, a 60% scholarship, which is one of the best scholarship programs that I know of in the whole United States.
We have scholarships for new students, and we also have scholarships for students after they've completed the first year at our school. They can apply.
您想了解托福考试的最新变化吗？您想顺利通过新托福考试吗？您想走进理想中的美国大学学堂，实现人生的转折和飞跃吗？敬请收看《留学美国》。留学美国专题系列片的第3部分是美语程度与考试，包括了第7集语言能力与托福考试，第8集托福考试新趋势，第15集口语与发音。对于准备出国留学的同学来说，托福是很重要的一项考试。托福考试在2005年全面革新，相信大家都很关心新托福的动向。在这个部分里面，我们将访问 ETS 考试机构的多位专家代表，请他们来谈一谈新托福考试的形式和特色，以及如何为新托福考试做好准备。
A large percent of the Chinese students come to the U.S. or at least apply for admission into the U.S. universities. We have an examination there that we administer called TOEFL, which is used for admissions into the U.S. universities. Approximately 1/8 of our total revenue, or I should say our test takers, come out of China for the TOEFL examination. So
we just discussed, it will be on computer. It will also test all 4 language skills: reading, speaking, writing, listening. It will also have tasks on it that require students to integrate those skills.
I would suggest that students spend a lot of time working on their overall English skills, not just preparing for the TOEFL itself, but speaking English, learning, improving their grammar, improving their reading and writing before they take the test. I know a lot of students spend a lot of time memorizing words and things like that, which I think is quite helpful, but really universities need an overall assessment of all their language skills, and I think those are the important things to be working on.
学习托福的目的应当不仅是为了应考，而是为了提高您的英语语言能力。为了在新托福考试中取得好成绩，你应该同时掌握阅读、写作、听力、口语以及语法等多方面的能力。
另外，关于如何提高英语水平、增强英语实力，本系列片请到了加州大学洛杉矶分校校外课程语言中心副主任，给予我们最精辟的指点。
We address that. We teach idioms in all our levels. We have a slang elective. We have an American movies elective where they watch movies and they learn vocabulary and idioms that way. We have an accent reduction elective. If you're teaching a reading class or a grammar class, you still will correct an accent problem, or you still will bring in slang expressions as necessary.
因为本身来自台湾，那班上有很多同学是不同国家，那可能刚开始在于那种发音的方面可能都不太一样，所以刚开始在听同学讲话的时候， 就会搞不太清楚，所以经常都会请他们再说一次等等。但时间久而久之之下，那他们也会习惯我的语言，那我的发音方式，那我会渐渐习惯他们的发音方式。
好，然后有时候我讲话的时候他们听不懂，他们讲话的时候我听不懂。那我觉得最主要是发音方面的问题。
I think, but it's different. I mean, the accent was very difficult for me, in fact, to understand, because in France we learn the British English with British accent, and there is a big difference between these two accents.
漫漫求学路，深深学子心。踏上100多年前先辈开创的留学之路，实现留学美国梦想。敬请收看20集专题系列片《留学美国》。留学美国专题系列片的第4部分是留美行前准备与抵美后的适应，包括了第13集赴美行前的准备，第14集留美签证轻松过关，第16集适应美国课堂文化，第17、18集美国校园生活须知上下集，第19集多姿多彩的美国大学生活。
好，终于拿到了向往已久的美国大学入学通知书，同学们一定是雀跃不已。那么接下来的一关呢，就是要申请学生签证了。
究竟出国应该准备些什么？申请签证的关键是什么？针对大家最关心的留学美国签证问题，在这个部分当中，我们访问了美国国务院签证办公室联络处首席代表，让专家为你解说签证申请的要诀。
Well, I think the first thing that I want your viewers to know is that there is no quota system in play here, and there is no upper or lower limit on the number of visas that we will actually issue to students from China or from any other country. What does determine the number of student visas that we issue is our visa law. To us that they will be a successful student in the United States.
Well, first of all, the ETS brand is well known in China. As you know, a large percent of the Chinese students come to the U.S. or at least apply for admission into the U.S. universities. We have an examination there that we administer called TOEFL, which is used for admissions into the U.S. universities.
First, the officer will want to see that there is clear evidence after the student comes to the United States for their education. It is their intent, in fact, to return to China. And the second issue that the student should be prepared to address is how their academic plan and how their future and how their plans to study in the United States apply to their return to China.
Effects of September 11th. It's getting harder to get a visa to come to this country. We're not as welcoming to international students as we have traditionally been.
Well, my basic advice to anybody applying for a visa to the United States is to get as much information ahead of time before they actually proceed with the interview. In the case of Chinese students, there is lots of specific information that is available on the consulate and embassy websites, and in addition, our consular officers.
到了美国以后，面对一个全新的环境，在生活上和课业上都面临许多新挑战。究竟美国校园生活是什么样的呢？关于适应美国的生活与文化，我们访问了普林斯顿大学学生生活事务处主任。现在让我们欣赏一下留美行前准备与抵美后的适应的精彩片段。
We have extensive program to help them to foreign students who would like to have some kind of relationship with people outside of the university. We have a host family program. We also, for those who would need some help to adjust to the language, the English language. We have this program called language partnership, English language partnership program, where we have volunteers coming in and talk with the students on a regular basis once a week to help them with American style English, for them to familiarize themselves with the speaking style here. These are the programs that we try to do to make the students become more comfortable coming to a new environment.
So I think we do a good job with residential life here, so students have a social outlet and it's not just all academic.
I think it's more important, like you need to be more open-minded and communicate more with others. And then, you see a lot of things like, life in America is very different from in China. Like, I think being athletic, being outgoing is very good, but of course people are all very different. But I think that truly will help you a lot to gain a very successful environment of your study and life.
I felt at the beginning I didn't really have that many topics to talk about with my American friends, like with my roommates, but things got a little easier with the help of the school, and also when time went by, things just got a little easier. And also Princeton just gave us a lot of opportunity to warm us up in this larger environment.
如果你已决定到美国的一所大学学习，尽可能去参加校园里的各项活动是十分重要的。这可以帮助你和别人建立友谊，学习更多的英语，使你成长为一个成功的全面发展的人。
看完这期节目，你一定迫不及待收看留学美国系列节目吧？内容这么丰富充实，无论是准备留学、考托福、申请语言学校，还是常春藤学校，申请本科还是研究生院，或仅仅是对美国这个国家有兴趣，你都不能错过这套节目。敬请收看，别忘了我们下次节目中再见。